I am interested in a career of game design. The reason I would like a job in this genre is because I find computers interesting and have made basic games in the past and wish to get better at it. That would be done in the process of game designing are writing code, creating sprites or aesthetics for the game, creating storylines and character biographies, and designing roleplay mechanics and the rules for the game. You need to demonstrate that you are creative, display an enjoyment of IT and computer games, and have good problem-solving skills. The main way to become a game designer is to attend a university such as Griffith or QUT. You would then need to complete a course such as a Bachelor of Game Design. This course has certain prerequisites depending on the university that you attend. If you attend QUT, the prerequisites are to have an OP11, pass Maths A, B or C, and English for at least 4 semesters. However, at Griffith the prerequisites are to have an OP12 and pass English for at least 4 semesters. Both universities would advise that you have done ICT or ITS in high school. Once you've completed this course, you would be eligible to work for a game company. The kind of salary that could be expected for this career in the first year of work is about 37,000 Australian dollars. This can vary depending on if any of the games you're involved in obtain royalties, which would greatly increase your income for that year. There are also a lot of job opportunities within this particular career. For example, you might be able to go in and work for a AAA game company as it could help them get their game out faster or help them add more features into the game that they are releasing. The other option is to create a small game or app by yourself and sell it. This means that there is an infinite amount of job opportunities as long as you have the skills. Legal requirements only apply to game designers if you own a video game company. This means that if you're an employee in the company, there are no legal requirements that apply to you. If you're running the business, the legal requirements that apply to you are things such as a healthy business establishment and copyright claims. Now to the pros and cons of being a game designer. One of the pros of being a video game designer is attending conferences. If you work in a AAA game company, this gives you a great opportunity for people to attend the conferences and try out a pre-release version of your game and give you feedback on what they like and don't like. The second pro is also due to all the conferences that take place. Since they take place all over the globe, you would be able to see other countries and your flights will be paid for by the company that is hosting the conference. What I will be discussing is also the most obvious one. You get to play video games at your job. I think it's safe to say that if you're working in game design, you probably enjoy playing video games, so it'd be great to enjoy one of your hobbies in the workplace. One of the biggest cons would have to be that the working hours are extremely long. However, this only applies if you are trying to make a deadline for a small game company. What needs to be kept in mind is that this will only occur near the end of a game's development cycle, as most game designers work about 35 hours a week. Another con is that the market is extremely competitive. This means that it is very difficult for you to get your own game out there when you're already competing with bigger game design companies such as Valve or Activision, since they are already very well known. Some ways to be a valued employee if you work in game design are to constantly be coming up with ideas that are creative and fun, as game companies are always looking for ways that they can innovate their game series. You should also have good problem-solving skills, as the games will never work fully the first time you write the code. Finally, come into the job having a good knowledge of IT languages such as C++, since it will be necessary when writing the code for the games. All in all, to become a game designer you need to have a minimum of an OP12 and pass English with at least a C+, complete a course in university such as a Bachelor of Game Design. The kind of salary that you can expect in your first year is about 37,000 Australian dollars. There are no legal practices that need to be taken into account if you're an employee. However, you do need to take these practices into account if you're someone that owns or is running the company. There are many pros that apply to being a game designer, such as travel that is paid for you by your company, but these are also met with cons like having to work long hours to make a deadline. You can also be seen as very helpful by having creative ideas and plans for a new game.